Okay, so guys, first of all, welcome back, it's Vex. I don't have a fancy opening. Every time you watch somebody like Day 9 or Husky, God forbid, I haven't even figured out what the hell Husky's even saying at the beginning of his cast, but nonetheless, he says it every time, or at the end. I don't want to start off at the end saying, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, just like Husky does. It's just so cheesy. Well, it's not cheesy, but it's his thing. I can't steal that, and either way, let's get right on to this. Spawning in the bottom right, we have Vancouver Starcraft Storm as the red protoss player, and in the bottom left corner, we have Rblade as our blue zerg, which I always think just looks more purplish. Blue does not seem to go well with purple. Nonetheless, we have the standard map of Whirlwind, which has a horrible Xel'Naga tower, which does nothing because unless you're directly attacking across, it does nothing for the entire map view. Now, okay, I am in faster. I'm not ruining that because, God forbid, sometimes I wonder if people would prefer to watch these if the first 3 to 4 minutes was just double speed. Nonetheless, early scout from Storm. He wants to make sure he's not getting 6 pooled. He knows, God forbid, Protoss are extremely prone to that because of some of these slower builds that they have. He has a pylon placed out here, I'm assuming so a little earlier to know if something's coming his way, though if there's zerglings, that really gives you a whole 4 seconds to go, oh crap, I'm being attacked. First drone is headed out doing nothing. That poor probe was destroyed, though he pulled quite a bit of workers to get that going. Drone is going in the wrong direction. We'll find absolutely nothing when he gets over there. Overlord, he picked 2 directions, and neither of them were correct, but he will quickly know that because of that. Going Forge first, most likely a cannon afterwards, possibly a quick expand. Gateway going down. Cannon would be ideally placed right behind the gateway and Forge. Have your zealots right here. Looks like he's waiting for that expand. That could be mining a few more minerals, but these are 2 gold players, so we're not looking at the split second. Oh, I could have had 10 more minerals here. That would have won me the game. Nothing like that. Nexus goes down. We have the the natural going down for the Zerg player, Blade. Very early expand for a Protoss player. That would give him huge macro opportunities. Drone is finally making it out. Unfortunately, there is nothing here to prevent him from seeing that there is, in fact, already an expansion from Storm. No gas yet for either player. Excuse me, 1 gas for Blade, but it is not being used in any way, shape, or form. Drone's now just hatching out. Spawning pool is now going down. We'll finish up at about the 4-minute mark. Drone is just having a grand old time. Gas going down for Storm. Nexus is a little over halfway. Cybernetics core going down. This drone, I don't know if he's trying to hide in the bushes. I don't know if he's trying to eat them. He's doing something. Is this blocked in? No, it's not. The drone is just going to float around happily some more. Overlord is chilling out in the top left. 3rd hatchery going down for Blade. Very ballsy against a Protoss, but he knows the Protoss took an early expand. Nexus is just now finishing up. We'll see if he pulls down any of his probes. He only has 12 probes. I feel like that's a little undersaturated at this point. Nonetheless, he did take the very early expand. He could be chrono boosting more. His energy is at almost full. The energy could be heavily used for chrono boosting. He needs to get some more workers out. Production tab here. We have another assimilator going down. Let's see, layer tech and the hatchery still being worked on. Queen coming out. Is this warp gate? That is warp gate tech, though it seems early because as he said I could harass him about, he has no warp gates. He told me this as he sent in the replay. You can harass me for the lack of warp gates. If he sent over a bunch of zerglings, the only thing he has standing in his path is a photon cannon. Now, I do not know if this is big enough for zerglings to rush through. Nonetheless, it is a bottleneck. A couple of zealots would easily chew up through some zerglings. First zealot is on the way before warp gate research finishes, and he's doing a very early research for weapons level 1 with no other things going on as far as units. He needs to be chrono boosting these probes. Why are you not chrono boosting your probes? There you go, chrono boosting. chrono boosting. Double assimilator, definitely going for some tech options. Zealot standing in the neat little spot where he's going to know that if something happens, he is the lone warrior and he does not want to die. Double chrono boosting probes out. Worker count is now shooting up. We're equal on units and workers killed. I assume that the one unit killed for both is that worker. I do not think it separates out. Now if I can figure out which one it is. Army supply is pushing in the Zerg player's favor. Worker supply is actually even. I thought Storm was behind, but he is in fact not. Zerg player now starting to saturate his third with drones, though they were not hotkeyed to this mineral patch, so they are going to sit there and have a little drone party. Their poor wings look like they've already been through so much. These drones are doing absolutely nothing. So much wasted minerals. They could be at least 50 to 100 by now. There they go. Going out doing their thing. Bases are only semi-saturated. 12, 15, and 14. Doing very well in getting his probes out here. Worker supply is now in favor of the Protoss. Oh, the Immortal's coming out, though I don't see why that's going to be useful. He does not know the tech yet. Why is an Immortal going to be useful? Hydralisk is coming out. That will have an easy time dealing with an Immortal if there are a few more of them. Immortal is almost complete out. Warp gate is now completed. We need to see some more warp gates. We have 2 pylons back here to detect drops, so that usually is not a huge issue coming from a Zerg player because they are not Terrans who are going to consistently harass you with a bunch of medevac drops. Immortal is going to chill out here. They do a ton of damage versus armored. He's probably worried about a roach rush. However, there is nothing here for that. Hydralisks are obviously not an armored unit. Easily could help with a second photon cannon. Warping in another sentry. He needs the energy to start building so he can do what he needs. Second Immortal is out. A third is on the way. Gateway mania over here as they are all warping in and having a grand old time. I do not know if you can actually chrono boost a building. I do not know specifics on that about Protoss. Warp gate and pylons galore. Chrono boosting could be a benefit here. He has stopped worker production completely. He is stacking quite a bit of minerals. He could probably push for a third base if he wanted to. Zergling doing some scouting. It looks like he only saw... He knows nothing about those warp gates. He knows that that's there. That is a pretty standard ramp. Spore Crawler is down just in case there is some sky toss happening. Spine Crawler to help defend his third. There has not been a fourth yet. Considering how quickly he took his 3, it would not be surprising if he decided to take a fourth at some point soon. He's starting to amass lots of Hydralisks for a push. More ground armor and another Immortal. He's going very Immortal heavy with these Stalkers. They are not blink. That could be really useful depending on the fact that he is up against Hydralisks. Warping directly into them would be great. With some shields, the Immortals are moving out. The Immortals do not feel like they are going to be a great choice against the, against Hydralisk, but they still do a ton of damage and have a ton of hit points and shields. Engagement goes down. These sentries are being useless. There they go. The shields go down. It doesn't really do much separation. Zerglings are pushing back. Storm needs to turn around and take out these Zerglings. They will keep nipping at his heels all the way back. He will probably lose an Immortal unless he deals with them. He will sacrifice a sentry so they get behind. Come on. Take out the 2 Zerglings that are just nicking down at you. There you go. Lots of Zerglings and Hydralisks coming out. We have another robotics, or we have a robotics bay coming out. Lots of warp gates. The Storm is floating a ton of minerals. If he can sneak in a pylon or maybe a warp prism, though the Spore Crawlers are well placed, he could easily stick a warp prism right here and do some warp ins and completely chew through this line with a few zealots. He could do a simultaneous if he built a couple of warp prisms. Armies are massing up. Lots of Hydralisks are ready to go. They are at 1-0 for the army. I do not have an excuse like Husky. I am not sleep deprived, however I did work today. Robotics Bay is down. I always feel it's a waste of money if you need to increase the speed of your observers. Aha, Colossus tech is down. He wants to burn through the Hydralisks. And the Hydralisk count is growing ever steadily. Is he researching? Yes, he's researching. And the muscular augments. He wants that speed boost. Shields level 1. The thermal lance will be a huge boost. The Colossus, he could possibly start chrono boosting these out. He definitely has enough energy to do so. He needs these as badly as possible. He is chrono boosting, however, the lance extend. He'll have plenty of money to build another one of these right now. Oh, he used his gas, but he'll quickly, I bet you anything, he will queue up another one. And he does, but observer first. He wants to know what's going on. Oh my god, these zealots. There are so many. Zergs figuring out what's going on, floating over to see if there are any hidden bases from Rblade. Has snuck over a fourth that I was not even paying attention to. Storm is now supply blocked, building up his minerals. He needs more pylons. Templar Archives is going down. He wants that Storm. He knows that will be a huge boost towards those Hydralisks. Templar Archives is researching the Zealot Charge, and at this point, as soon as he gets those things researched and a couple more Colossus out, he could probably do a heavy push. However, he has a very, very tiny area to get through. He may try to destroy a pylon or something to get through. I do not know. I do believe... There he goes. He's going to... Oh, this poor funnel. It's hilarious. Colossus just seems to tiptoe through it like it's nothing. Can the Immortals? The Immortals, everything can get through. I was right that as soon as these researchers finish, he was going to go for a push. He cannot sit back anymore. Lots of pylons being warped down. He has not taken a third, but he is doing a push expand, which is very common with Protoss, because you know if your attack is going to completely bomb, you need something to fall back on. You need those resources to build your defenses back up. Mostly saturated, 17 to 24 and 15 to 24. If we look at the worker supply, Rblade is completely dominating in workers. The income is also heavily... oh my goodness. What do we got going on, Storm? Why are you sad? Misclick? What'd you do? What did I miss? I seem to miss the rallied from Observer. Oh, he walked that Colossus right in to his stuff, completely destroyed. Oh, Storm. Little things. The Colossuses are not cheap. He's already got double gas ready to go, scattered with pylons and cannons. Would not be about. Rblade is supply... excuse me, not supply block, because that is the maximum. Oh my lord. Oh, so many banelings. This is going to be insane. It's going to be an acid party. Oh, that's going to eat them alive. He's going to build behind it because he knows the amount of damage it will do. All the zealots are gone. There is no more cannon fodder. The Zerg army knows that they can get going. Baneling speed has been, he's doing 54 more. He may go heavy banelings at this point. Zerglings are spawning at an alarming rate. He is falling behind on gas, however, he will probably go ahead and warp more banelings in. How much does it cost? 25. He has plenty of gas to do this. Probe is moving out. Heavy gateway walls coming in. He knows a push is imminent after that huge attack with banelings. He knows he is not messing around at this point. He could probably pull some of his probes off and start sending them to a different base, because he is starting to mine out of this base. Level 3 ground weapons, though that seems pointless unless he's going to warp in a lot of zealots. It looks like he has done a large warp in. The zealot cannon fodder is now here. Storm has not been researched. I do not know why. Do we have it being researched? Oh, it has been researched, however, it just did not have the energy for it. Lots of zealots warping in. They need that cannon fodder. Banelings are coming in. Run, zealots, run! That Colossus getting a ton of kills. And the encounter is in. The Hydralisks are coming in. Good angle. I cannot remember the word for that. Storm's army is going down quickly. The Colossus are getting a ton of kills. Is it going to be enough? It looks like he might just hold a lot of the supply that Blade has is worker supply. The Hydralisks are going down. The Colossuses are going to win this battle. Let's check out their amount of kills. 36 and 30. These Colossuses are the hero. Those Zerglings are going to be useless against these Colossus. They're going to completely burn through. These Zealots also getting plenty of their own kills. 51 and 38. Trying to... the concave. That was the word I was trying to look for earlier. Storm is now... The army supply is heavily in his favor. He knows he needs to push. Blade needs to start doing a lot of production. He needs more queens for more of the, the words. Larva. There we go. Oh, 8 more Templars being warped in. I don't know if he's combining them yet or not. He is. Archons are on the way. He needs the extra backup. Rblade is going down. There is another base up in this corner, though nothing is really going to happen with it. Not with this push walking through and decimating everything. Not much is in production. This is not enough production that he needs to push back this advance by Storm. Rblade needs to pump it up. He's going for a spine. He wants to try to get some mutants. He knows there's no anti-aid here except for a few stalkers. Spores were absolutely useless because he did not go sky toss. The Colossus are continuing to chew through 62 kills. Zealots running through, destroying everything in their wake. I expected GG at any moment. This is just burning through. These Hydralisks are just on a move command. They are just getting eaten. Zealots coming in just to make sure the welcoming party is not going to get interrupted. Moving into the main, the tech is now going down. There is no chance of survival for Rblade at this point. This poor Archon is just going to have a party all to his own. I think at this point I can consider a game. The supply is just massively different. There is no coming back. He is building 4 swarm hosts. I don't know why you are trying. There is no observer on the field, however, but it is not going to be enough to push back an army such as this. It would take very little to chrono boost out an observer and have it fly over. Another base is going down for Rblade. He is trying desperately to stay in this. That was just an interesting splat. The Spire, where is the Spire? Spire is in this base right here. He's getting extractors. He is not giving up. However, Storm is not stupid. He knows that there are more bases, that until there is a GG, you do not stop producing units. 3 more Archons are coming out. 7 Archons, 33 Zealots, 3 Colossus, 4... Oh, there are so many units. Storm is now maxed out with only... Oh, this is it. This is it. He knows that at this point, it is time to just give up. For some reason, ground armor level 2 is in production just in case. I guess he does. Obviously, you can't see that this is what he is at. He doesn't know what else is out there, but he knows it is not much left. There is... these poor swarm hosts stand no chance. They could easily spawn locusts all day and do nothing to this army. They can go through this entire... GG from Blade. Storm is victorious. It looked horrible in the beginning, but the Colossus end up being heroes. 72 kills, 59 and 27, with no health damage on any of them. They were perfectly positioned in the back, took no damage, but lots of warp gates got in. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope that the casts are getting slowly better as I learn to talk more, though I do sometimes get fantasized. I start getting, when a battle starts happening, it's like sparkles are happening, and I'm just going ooh and ah, and I stop talking. And hopefully the terminology for these units are getting better. Everything is pretty, but I need to learn actual metagame. That just looks weird. The textures are a little different. It kind of looks like World of Warcraft at this point, but I'm sure it's the same engine. I'm not surprised it is Blizzard. He canceled something right at the end before he GG'd, which I find hilarious. I don't know why he canceled it. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I cannot see you guys next time. I will see you next video. That sounds just as horrible. Husky.